Now, have you ever wondered what it takes to make a radio or a television programme? Well, with the help of BBC Northern Ireland's Community Bus, dozens of teenagers have successfully taken part in School Report. Young reporters at 12 schools across Northern Ireland have been guided by mentors like the education correspondent Maggie Taggart. They're the latest group of people to learn all about interview techniques and how to use the latest equipment to put their stories on air.
I'm here as a sort of a mentor because I've been in the BBC and done this job for such a long time. I was very interested to come along and talk to young people because they see a lot of television, they identify with television a lot, but it's mostly, you know, the reality shows that they see themselves on, or the, you know, the pop idol type things. So this is a very different thing, trying to do journalism, and they're all very interested in journalism. A lot of my colleagues are taking part in this mentoring, which we've each got different schools, and some have been making very, very strenuous efforts to get politicians out to talk to the young people, to be interviewed by the young people. So there's been a lot of activity and a lot of time given up.
Well, she's given us a lot of tips and told us not to ask closed questions where people could ask yes or answer yes or no to it. So it's a lot more helpful because she does it every day for a living. It's been so helpful because you see how much work happens behind the scenes.
I like journalism, so it would be something I would look into in the future. So I think learning from actual journalists and seeing how they do all of the work and stuff is really good.
The girls are having great fun in here, listening to the vox pops that they did earlier and listening to their own voices as well as their responses. I've still 2 batches to go now this morning to see what they are, but they're like. But these girls and these boys are doing really well in their preparations.
This has been a fantastic experience for our pupils. They've had the chance to work with such a wide range of BBC staff, and they've learnt so much about the day-to-day life of journalism, and it's lovely to see the BBC putting so much back into the community.
Well, the BBC bus travels right across Northern Ireland, and the community producer on the bus is Jenny Ray, and she's with me now. Jenny, what have you got coming up over the next few months then?
Well, Sarah, we're going to be heading off to Killowen in County Down, and we're going to be running radio and video workshops for the Historical Society there. And after that, we're heading off to the Ballymoney Museum, and they're actually collecting biking memorabilia as part of the Northwest 200, and we're going to be there to collect the stories behind the memorabilia.
And lots of technology on board. Is it difficult for people to get their heads across what you have here?
I think when they come in and they see the radio studio, they do feel quite intimidated by it, and it is all quite daunting, but we take them through the basics of it, and by the end of the day they are quite happy with the basics of radio and video production.
Now, you've lots of people coming on board. Any possible stars of the future?
Well, yes, Sarah, we've had hundreds of young people come on board as part of the BBC School Report, and there is definitely a lot of talent out there, so possibly some of them could be after your job.
Oh, watch this space. Jenny, thank you.
Thank you.
If you want to find out how you can get on board, you can visit the BBC Bus website on bbc.co.uk/ni/community bus. And don't forget, all the details about today's programme can be found on CFAX, page 619. See you next time.